This is Marriage Uncut. I am Janelle,
I am Robert.
and we are here to talk about expectations. Do you think we need to have expectations?
I mean, it's normal to go into a marriage with expectations or have them throughout the process, but I guess more of communicating your expectations so your other partner knows what they are, but don't expect them right away to be able to do those things that you expect.
And we have experienced that over 15 years of marriage. Has it been challenging?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Don't get to 15 years not going through stuff.
But I wonder where we get those expectations from. Like, what makes us think we're going to marry this person and they already know what I want and what I need.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't communicated that yet, but because of what I seen on TV or what I experienced in the past with someone or songs that I heard on the radio encourages those expectations. But where do I know I got mines from watching TV?
Mm-hmm.
Relationships on TV, which is just entertainment, but I was not told that. And I just thought my husband was gonna love on me and take me out, wine and dine me, and pay me attention all the time. But that wasn't the case.
Yeah, you watch too much stories or something. 90210. But that's where it comes from though. We get our idea of relationships from TV, what they portray, what we supposed to be like as a man, and then what y'all supposed to be like as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So we grow up and that's all we know. So when we get married, obviously all that clashes because it's most of the time not true or something you got to work on, and not just thinking that the other person is going to automatically do it.
Mm-hmm. How about your expectations? Where did they come from?
I think the same thing, just from observing, because obviously growing up you don't get any relationship advice. You don't. All you see is TV,
Mm-hmm.
TV, and what you think it's supposed to be like. So I would say TV.
Were our expectations realistic?
No.
I know mine wasn't
Mm-mm.
because I wanted my husband to, like I said, take me out, wine and dine me, pay me attention, not sexually. And my husband is the total opposite because he's a homebody. He doesn't want to go out much. He wants to go to work and come home, and that's it. Want to watch sports, play video games, that's it. And so marrying me had to bring him out of his comfort zone
Mm-hmm.
because he wasn't used to that. And he's still working on it. And it's okay.
Yep, that's right. Um, Still working on it.
And I'm working
I
on
got
it.
better, right?
You did.
Mm-hmm.
It took over 10 years for it to actually click. Okay, this is what I need to do for my wife. And it was hard, like not getting what I expected from him. Like, and one of my friends brought to my attention, don't say that you just give up on your spouse doing something for you. Continue to have faith
Mm-hmm.
that eventually he will do it for you because it's you're gonna be married for years. So eventually he's going to want to do that. He's gonna want to desire to please you in the way that you would like for him to. But when you're doing something for someone else that's not your love language, it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it so hard for you?
No, I think because it's not like a natural thing that I do. The stuff that you want. So I have to like think about it, plan it, remind myself because it just won't like naturally pop into my head. But I know it's something that you want from me, so I try to remind myself, tell her she's pretty, plan this date for this date, do this for her, send her a text message, type of thing she like, take a walk together. So I got to put that stuff in front of my mind and remind myself of it. So it's not that I don't want to do it. It's just it takes effort for me to think about it.
And it's hard not to feel resentment or hurt or don't feel loved because your spouse is not doing something that you expect for them to do. It's easy to feel like that, but we shouldn't take it like that. Like, I know my husband, even though he don't do those things, I know that he loves me because he shows me in other ways. He shows me by, being a great father and taking care of the kids and cooking, because I do not cook. I'm a 2020 lady. Is that what
We
you
don't
call
want
it?
her to cook.
Whatever. So, just realizing that your spouse still loves you. It's just hard to do those things because that's not his love language. That's not how he grew up. Celebrating and going out and having fun. That's just not in his DNA. And so he has to work harder to do those things. And for me, his love language is physical touch, as you already know. All men are, majority.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for me, it's hard because that's not my love language. So I have to make myself be intentional to meet his need.
Mm-hmm.
And it don't happen all the time, but my hope and prayer is that he sees my the work that I put in to make sure he's happy and satisfied. But expectations need to be thrown out the window because I heard someone say expectations are resentments waiting to happen because they do not get fulfilled all the time. And we can't beat our spouses up just because it's not being done.
Right.
It takes time. It takes process. You're going to be married for a long time. That should be your hope. And it'll come through eventually.
Mm-hmm.
What you
Yeah,
think?
I think the most important thing is nothing wrong with expectations. It's just they need to be verbalized. They need to be expressed and talked about with the spouse, so the spouse understands where you're coming from. Not that it's going to happen right away, but most time one of the biggest, I guess, arguments come from you expecting something and the spouse never knew, or you didn't know how to explain it. So at least if the spouse knows what you expect, or let's say this desire, you have this desire that you want me to do, or that I want her to do, just make sure you put it out there, let them know about what you would like, and then see if they meet you halfway.
And it's all about meeting halfway. It's all about compromise when it comes to expectations, because you want to fulfill your spouse's needs every day if you can. And so it's so important to have that communication and talk about it. Don't think that your spouse is a mind reader, because they are not. How did we deal with our unmet expectations?
We dealt with what? Anger, payback.
If he don't do it,
make
then,
me mad.
If he don't do it, I'm not doing nothing.
Eye for an eye. That's
Which didn't help. It just made things worse, and it'll happen again and again and again, and it don't work. until we communicate it, and you will have to talk about it a lot. And you will have to bring it up a lot. It's not going to always be right then and there. It's not going to happen right then and there. It's not magic. You have to talk about it every day, and it's going to get frustrating because it's not going to happen on your time.
Mm-hmm.
Because asking my husband over and over again to do something for me on my birthday, on anniversaries, on Christmas, I didn't get all that. Oh, especially taking me out. I didn't get none of that until after 10 years.
You get it before that, just not consistently.
It wasn't consistent.
Like you expect it.
Yeah.
So she has to explain to me more than one time.
Yeah.
So it will take more than one conversation, by the way.
Yeah.
It's going to be ongoing conversations. Hey, remember, this is what I like, and this is what I like. So.
And I didn't feel special with him doing those things because I always had to tell him to do it. He didn't do it on his own. So, but he's a work in progress.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, baby.
I love you.
I love you too.
What are we gonna encourage our viewers, our couples out there? What can we encourage them about expectations?
Throw them out the window. And I guess I like the word desire. Start using the word desire. Hey, this is what I desire from you instead of this is what I expect.
Mm-hmm.
Expect is like I gotta live up to something. Desire is something you want from me versus you want me to meet something. I like that. So just having those conversations with one another so the other person knows where they stand. That'd be the main thing I would say. Talk about it.
And compromise and be intentional when you do it. And there's going to be times where it feels like you're doing more than the other person. Let's not put a number to what we're doing. This is a lifetime relationship, and we're all a work in progress. So keep on doing it. Keep on being that great wife. Keep on being that great husband, and see things change eventually. Not right then and there. Okay? Love your spouse every day, regardless of the expectations. Thank you for listening to us. This has been about expectations. We will see you on next Sunday.
Peace.